Oh, it's going well, but when it's all said and done, it's coaching basketball. It's more a matter of understanding the philosophy, the terminology, the culture of a place, embracing it, adjusting to it, and then seeing how, in what capacity I can inject some of my own thoughts, maybe ideas and philosophies into this new place. And Coach has been great. Coach Casey has been great in allowing me to do so in an orderly manner. Obviously there's a structure here, a good structure. So yeah, the acclimation is going on. It's an ongoing process.
Coming from Denver to this organization, when you were in Denver, was your perception of the organization the same as you see it now, being a part of this organization?
Oh, not at all, not at all. And to be honest with you, when I was in the West, I didn't really pay a whole lot of attention to what was going on with, Eastern teams, and I didn't know, we'd play teams maybe twice a year, and our focus was solely on the West, as tough as it was. But just looking from afar, I kind of knew that we're doing the right things, but also because I have a lot of friends within this organization. But then coming and witnessing it by with my own eyes, it's really impressive, and I feel fortunate and blessed to become part of this family.
And you have a connection with Masai Ujiri, the president, and Giants of Africa and all of that, and when you get that conversation going with him about coming here, it's got to be very comfortable for you.
Well, the conversation was with really Coach. Masai was obviously, Masai is somebody that I respect tremendously, that I look up to, and when Coach gave me the blessing to be here, then it was just pure joy, I think, on both parts. An opportunity to get to work with Masai again, obviously somebody that I really admired and I watch a lot. So I'm really just a thrill.
Patrick, what surprised you the most when you think about, Sherm talked about coming here, integrating yourself. What surprised you the most? I mean, I know you know Coach and how he works, but with the players, like you scouted Lowry, you scouted DeRozan. What all of a sudden you say, hey, wait a minute, I knew he could do this, but he does this better, or boy, this is better than I thought, or this guy's, but what surprised you the most?
Well, that's a very good question, because a lot of things surprised me. From the way the organization is ran, the rampant culture here, both if you will, the connection between the front office, the coaching staff, you feel like a big family, one big family. But in terms of basketball, you kind of look at these guys from afar and you scout against them and you watch them, but then you get to know them as people. A lot of them are very responsible young men who love their families, who invest tremendously in the welfare of their families. And then you see just when you come to barbecues and all that, all the kids running around, and it's amazing to see that spirit. Right. That spirit. And I really think, maybe it's premature for me to say that, but I think you feel the same spirit in the locker room. How you doing, Coach? I'm doing well. How you feeling? I'm doing well. Hey, I do this. This is not new. I do this. Yeah, y'all ain't gonna faze me. Okay. Keep on walking.
We just make sure you're okay.
I'm okay. I'm great. You good?
Big part of it is working with guys like Yannick, like the player development part. Talk to me about how important the character is. You said that, the family atmosphere, and guys have said that. You play for the guy beside you. How important is that in their development?
Oh, it's huge. It's huge. It's always easy. It's more pleasant when you come to work and you work with somebody who has good character. You work with a good person where you can connect from heart to heart, soul to soul. I think once we get our minds right, I really do think that the game is first played here. Right. And once we as coaches, once we get to connect with the players to that level, now you don't do it with everybody. Let's be honest here. But when you do, then you have something special. You can coach them under any circumstances. And I think that's what we look forward to. One of my mentors once told me, build relationships in time of peace, so you don't try to build them when everybody is in line getting ready to get fired. Yeah. And I really do think that as we build relationships now, it will help us coach them maybe in May and June, So that's why I think character is important, because with character, we're able to push through it together, go through adversity together, fight with each other, but in a way that's respectful and constructive and for the good of this, the organization. So I think it starts with character.
A few days of training camp, first preseason game last night. Give us your kind of take on what's happening in the process in terms of where you guys want to be as a coaching staff and this team in general.
Oh gosh, finally, this team has done it. Has done it. I don't want to jinx it, but making the playoffs is no longer a surprise. And I think Coach Kessie has a roadmap and understands it very well. And he does a good job leading his troops, knowing that it's not a sprint and it's a marathon. And yesterday, it's just a part of it. As you can tell, these guys are competitors. Kyle and Damar, they wanted to play more. But Coach understands that you have to pull them back. We have to see what we have in our young guys, and to the risk of maybe losing the game. But he understands the process. And yesterday it's just part of the process we are on to get this thing to where we want it to be.